Today is May 15th and I'm setting myself up for a big challenge today because, as you can see, I'm going to try and draw King Charles because he is a huge gardener, so I figured he would be great for our month of Mayflowers, so that's who I'm drawing. And I'm just trying to see, I did not, of course they didn't come over from the other side. Let's have a look. I'm now going to have to get an image of King Charles. So bear with me for a second because I did drop them over, but they didn't quite pass over. So let's have a look. I mean, it's not difficult to find a photo of King Charles, and I did actually use the one from Wiki, so I think I will just keep with that one. So this is my image of King Charles. Sorry, everybody. Oh, they just dropped. Okay. So I have this one that I quite like, but I also like this one. I think this one is probably more candid of him, so maybe I'll choose that one. Good morning, Louise. How are you? Good morning, Melissa. Let's also put my phone on Do Not Disturb, and let's have a look at the flowers for today. It's Thursday. Oh, good, Louise. Hi, Jen. How are you? Thursday means a lot of things on Thursday. I think I should just, because I have a class today, and then I also have a meet with our Oaxaca 2026 group, and Dylan Sarah has something going on, or Melissa's I Can Come for a Little Bit, Drawing Hive has something going on. It's like always a very, very busy day on Thursday. Good morning, Meryl. How are you? All right, so today we have Sitla's Dry Flowers Vase. Okay, so I may take the flowers and make them alive for Prince Charles, because I'm not, or King Charles, sorry, because I'm not sure if he wants dead flowers. So I may take some of these. I know that there's some echinacea, there's some lavender here, there's some roses. And although it's a lovely painterly thing, I'm going to bring these flowers to life a little bit, if that's okay with you, Sitla, because yes, don't want anyone questioning the meaning or the reasoning for dead flowers with King Charles today. So trying to find my tape so that I can tape my piece of paper down, and then I will get started. And I can't find my tape, so I'm going to grab tape from other places. Why do things disappear? Like, I have no idea why they disappear. And I'm not using paint. This was from our meet yesterday. The group that's going to Italy, we came together and drew and painted the place that we're staying. It does look wonderful, doesn't it? It's in this lovely little town, and I'm really looking forward to spending a week painting with everybody. All right, let's get started. Who is drawing with us? Melissa says, I've been looking forward to this photo. Oh yeah, of Sitla's. Like, I love it. I really do love it. And I think I'm going to take it and make it for my 100-day project today. So I'll be doing this twice at some point. Louise says, I can't get used to calling him king. I know. Well, because he's always been prince. Isn't it weird to not have a queen and to have a king? I think it's a bit strange. So this is the image from our morning group who submits images daily, and I'm going to draw King Charles today with Sutla's flowers, but I'm going to bring her flowers to life a little bit. So I hope Sutla's okay with that. I will draw them as they are in the little, is that a llama? Alpaca? Not sure. Good morning, Joanne. And hello, Nanette. And hi, Melly. And hello, Natty. Nice of you all to join. Louise said, Natty says, Louise, I know I do the same. I also been reading that William has been taking on more issues surrounding the firm. He's tightening the financial things. Oh, Prince William. I don't really keep up with the royalties over in England. No, maybe I should, but I don't. I have more people over here in Canada that are obsessed with them than I am, and know a whole bunch more than I do. Okay, I'm just going to screenshot this so that I can go back to the photo of King Charles. Try not to make his face too big. I think yesterday Hugh's face got rather large, so, and also if you look at King Charles, I mean, he does have the ears that you have to make sure that you fit those on. Nandi says, I'm a royal watcher. I miss Diana so much. She was inspiring. She was very inspiring. And Nandi says, it was the hats that first lured me to the Queen, as I'm a hat wearer, LOL. And Louise says, I like the royals. I met Charles in the 90s. Ah, that's great. I think I've shared with you before that my dad met King Charles as well. He was working, my dad was a fishmonger in his earlier career, and King Charles came into the fish market. Actually, no, it was Prince Philip, sorry. I get them mixed up sometimes, well now, because he's king. Okay, why, I don't understand. So, oh, I guess nobody can be called, if your spouse is a king, you don't automatically be called a queen. You can't all automatically be called a queen. Because I was thinking about Camilla. She's just a princess, right? She doesn't, does she get princess status, even though kings, like if he's a king? And no. Inform us on the proper way of addressing a king's wife. Does she become, she doesn't become queen, does she? His head's gonna grow, I know it. Maybe a little bit. She is Queen Camilla. Oh. They call her Queen, which feels odd. Oh, that feels very odd. Because Prince Philip was never called King Philip. How does that work? How does Queen Margaret and her husband Prince Philip, why didn't he become King Philip? Or was he, but he wasn't addressed as that? Anyway, did you know that I'm drawing him because he's a big gardener, and he created the gardens at Highgrove, and he's really into organic gardening as well. So he says, I thought she was a consort, but her title is called Queen Camilla since 2023. It's also confusing. Oh, so it's the same in the Netherlands, Queen Maxima and Prince Claus. Well, I don't think that's right. Like, I think if anything, Prince Philip should have been King Philip, but then does that mean that you have more power? I don't know. If there's a king, do they always trump the queen, and that's why maybe he wasn't? I don't know. Fascinating. I'm sure there is somebody who has the lowdown on why that a king can call his spouse queen, but a queen cannot call her spouse king. Okay, that's a really funky tie that he's got on. Somebody probably who deals with fashion can also tell us what the... Oh, it's not his, it's his medal as well. He's got a medal around his tie. Okay, well, that makes sense. And yeah, I'm going to be correcting this. I know it's in his... It's going to go up, isn't it? Good job I left space up there. That's all I can say. I think his whole face should shift. I need to shift it over slightly, because he is actually slightly turned. You know, there's been a lot of dramas within the English royals. Joanne, talking about your royals from Netherlands, have there also been dramas with their relationships, etc.? Like similar to the British? I feel like his eyes need to go up a bit. I may have to go over with another crayon just to get my proportions right. Natty says, if Philip stayed in the Greek island, he would have been king, as he was next in line for the title. He had a very interesting history before marrying Queen Elizabeth. Really? I did not know that, Natty. Interesting. And Joanne says, Father Maximo was an Argentine junta person. That didn't go very well. Okay, so a little bit of drama. Okay, let's get some flowers. Some flowers. Yeah, I don't think I can. I'm not going to draw dead flowers. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, Sitla. I know you're probably not here, Sitla, but I am going to draw some lavender. Oh, and I just went in with neocolors. Okay, well, what I'll do is I'll do markers for his jacket and neocolors behind, because I was usually doing the opposite. It's just that this color is perfect for lavender. Good morning, Elvira. Just wanted to ask, which flowers will you add? Lavender is a great choice. Yeah, I feel like it's quite a British. Is it considered a herb or a, like, is lavender considered a herb? I feel like it's quite British. A lot of gardens have lavender in their gardens. My sister has white lavender. I like the purple. Hi Susan, how are you? Elvira says, I picked some wild roses. 5 petals would work with the royals too. 5 petals? Just 5. I guess. Yeah, roses would look good too. And I think I feel like these are like, would they be echinacea or not? If I zoom in, it looks like there's hyacinths as well. And even, I do like but I can't fit, but I do love this color. So I think I'm going to put that color behind it. Is that calendula? calendula may be good as well in there. There's so many. Elvira said something and then retracted. Okay, I'm going to get some green in here before I put the golden color. And I do want to look up how lavender... Oh, they have 5 petals like the English rose. Oh, yes, that's true. Camilla would be named Queen Dowager once William takes over as king. He's taken over, hasn't he? Already taken over? Let's have a look. Okay. So look, oops. Looking at lavender, they have, yeah, they have the long green. So I can put that in between. I guess I could put the rose on his jacket. It will, I think that may look a little bit more like an Uniqlo. Uniqlo. You know, the flower from Marimekko. It may end up looking like that, like the red poppy flower, if I put the rose on. Maybe not. I'll have a look. It's a good idea. Thank you, Elvira. Oh, when William takes over as king. Right. Do you guys watch all those series of the royals? I don't think they're called the royals. What was that big series that everybody was watching that mimicked the royal family in the UK? Do you remember? And Melissa is doing a drawing session on Art Hang Party on the opera tonight. Who has been to the opera here? Do you ever go, Melissa and Melly, in Toronto to the opera? Oh, and Natty says The Crown. Yeah. Natty says, I wish someone would do a series of Duke's discounts of Scotland. That would be good. Maria says, I only go to see Puccini at the opera. Seriously, Maria? Like you actually, if only if Puccini is singing at the opera? Has he been, like, do you go to New York or is in Cincinnati? Has he come? Oh, I've seen Phantom of the Opera too. I guess that is opera. Melissa says, I've been to musicals, but not the opera. I just have a hard time understanding what they're saying when they're singing. Even if I know Italian. I mean, I know they sing in Latin a lot of times, but they sing in German a lot too. And yeah, I don't understand them when they sing. I know, maybe you're not supposed to understand them. Maybe it's just the whole storyline. But my parents' friend, she would always go to the opera, and I feel like she understood what they were saying. Natty says, I've tried to see Sarah Brighton in St. Catherine's, but the tickets were sold out. Natty, where are you again? You're up here in Canada. Are you in Toronto? Are you part of our Toronto group, Natty? Or you're in Buffalo? Good morning, Marielle. Hi, how are you? Botticelli is a wonder singer. Yes, no, we have opera here. Puccini's operas are amazing. La Boheme, Turandot, Tosca is like watching a telenovela. Nanette says, I went to a small production here. Can't even remember what it was, but they had a teleprompter with English subtitles. Really? That's quite funny. Oh, Natty says, Western New York. I can see Toronto from my shoreline. Oh, you're just across the lake. That means we can see you, Natty. Melissa can see you every day. Oops, went too far down on this one over here. It's okay. I'm going to be making that dark. English Rose, let's have a look. I know that we've drawn them before for one of our Mayflowers. I don't have my book out, but yeah, I did a street with, instead of the Union Jack, I put the English Rose in the, I always get, I never know what they're called. I do know what they're called, but I can never remember. Not a bandana, not a bunting, the bunting. Elvira says, in Sweden, there are subtitles displayed in the opera house. That helps to follow. Oh, interesting. I did not know that. Hi, Reb. Good morning. Natty says, you can do a flower as a button-air hole. Oh, that's a good idea right here. Okay, let's have a look. English Rose. And symbol. Yeah, so there's lots. So there are these. I could go more simple. Are they always double like that? Yeah, I feel like I could do something like this, maybe. Yeah, okay. I'll do something like that. I'm probably going to have to sketch them out though first. And I'm going to do this on his jacket. I mean, he probably wouldn't wear a jacket with these on, but I'm dressing him, so he just has to deal with it. Susan says, I've been to the opera a few times here in New York City. I appreciate the artistry, but not something I need to do on a regular basis. Well, now I feel like I have to go to an opera. Like Melissa, I've been to musicals. Lots of musicals. I'm not a huge fan of musicals. I mean, I enjoy them when I go to them, but I wouldn't buy, for example, a subscription to go and see musicals for the whole year. But that's just me. I have friends who are always trying to buy, like, they're like, come on, get the subscription with us and we can go down together. And yes, it's a lovely thing to do with other people, but okay, just gonna put that like that. And I think I will do navy blue background. Let's get the red in first, and I'm going to do this in markers, and that means I have to erase and find my pencil with the eraser. Yeah. Have you seen Hamlet, Shah? I have seen Hamlet. Yeah, and in England I saw a lot of theatre. I worked for like at the end of my high school years, I dated somebody who was a real thespian. He was fantastic, but he was part of this theatre group in our neighboring town, and it was a traveling theatre group. So they did a lot of Shakespearean plays, and I helped out with the sets because I was doing art. So I did a lot of set design for them. And we traveled down to Cornwall and up to Nottingham, and yeah, it was great. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, so they did a lot of that. I have not watched Wicked. I have not. Melissa says, start becoming to draw the opera tonight. Yes, Melissa is hosting a art hang party where she's drawing the opera tonight, so you'll have to join and draw the opera with Melissa. I think this red may be a little bit bright. I'm going to go with a bit of a darker red. I could have just done a blue jacket as well. So a few more of you are on here now. So I just want to mention that Melissa has her session tonight, art hang party, and yes, they are going to the opera. And then if you are not in my class, I mean, you could miss my class, but If you're not in my class, which is the virtual art retreat, then Dylan, Sarah, and I posted this in our chat and also on stories. Dylan Sarah has Ian Goldsmith on YouTube. He's a color theorist, or he's done a lot of videos on color theory. So that would be really interesting. That's on his Drawn Together show. And that's at 2 p.m. Eastern. So you could join that. And then the Visual Arts Passage has also their drawing hive tonight, and they are doing, is it This Is Us, I think? Let me double check. Let me double check who they are doing. Okay, I thought I got an email. Maybe I just went onto their website. But if you like drawing faces, they've got some good images today. Oh, The Last of Us, not This Is Us, The Last of Us. And yeah, so these are the reference photos: Bella Ramsey, Caitlin Dever, Pedro Pascal, and Young Mazzino. So, you know, like that one, you do have to register to get the Zoom link, and then you can watch other people drawing as well. So, I mean, whatever works for you. Okay, now I've lost my rows. That's okay. I'm going to go back to here anyway. So if you want to draw opera, go to Melissa's. Or you can do both, like I do. I do half at Melissa's and half at theirs. Hi, Amy. I just saw you come in. How are you? Nanette says, Sam is having a sketchbook catch-up or two to get. I know. And yeah, I just can't. I really wish I could do that one, but I'm in class, so I can't do that. Well, that's a rather dapper jacket, if I do say so myself. Okay, and I'm going to go navy blue. Do I have a navy blue? I have yes, I do. This is navy. It really probably is going to look like black, but that's... So yeah, I didn't get the brush pens. I should have got the brush pens, but these are pretty good because they have a good tip for control as well. Funny with markers. I mean, you go wrong and then that's it. So I'm really being quite careful to make sure that I don't go wrong. Fill in the white instead. That's happened a lot of times. I don't think he would wear a jacket like this. I would wear a jacket like this. I love this. Okay. I'm going to get a little bit of his face drawn in because, yeah, if not, you won't see his face. And I can always finish his tie and everything afterwards. Oh, thanks, Jen. Jen says, I'm liking the look of King. Maybe King Charles will see your painting and start wearing eccentric patterned jackets. What's his name? The hockey guy. What's his name? Trying to think of his name. Canadian. I know you know it. Oh, you're liking this look for King Charles. Yes. We'll see. We'll see. He's not gonna see it. I don't think he's on social media. And I don't think anybody's going to see it really. I think when he doesn't have time to look, and why would he? Probably stays well clear of all social media and news articles, just to not fall into that trap of the media. I mean, I think it's not easy to live a life as a king or a queen. Don Cherry, thank you, Melissa. Yeah, then he'd need the matching trousers as well. If you guys don't, you must know who Don Cherry is, in the States at least. Canadian sports presenter who wore the most outrageous suits. I mean, he didn't think they were outrageous. Actually, let's go right in there with, I don't have a lighter one of this. Thank you, Susan. I think well, that would be nice. Thank you, Susan. She says she loves the portraits that I've been doing of gardeners and thinks they should be displayed in a gallery somewhere as a tribute to gardeners around the world. 100-day project of this would be really lovely as well, but I don't think I've got time for that. Let's get his blue eyes, which are, you know, there's a lot of like turquoise in them. They're quite a cool color. So we're halfway through the flowers. I hope everyone's enjoying drawing flowers. I'm sorry, Sidla, if I didn't stick to your bouquet in the llama of dried flowers, but I feel like Charles definitely needed flowers which were, I mean, these could be dry. I was going to say he needed flowers which were alive. Just a tiny little bit of a smirk there. Smile. That's the smile. I feel like the photo that I found has his head tilted a little bit, so I'm trying to capture that on the portrait as well, but I don't want too much of a tilt because I feel like then it's going to be too much. Susan says, I could see them displayed for sale at a beautiful gift shop at the New York Botanical Garden or similar space. Yeah, that would be great. Although some of them I'm giving up at the end of the month. It's hard when you draw people who you know and they're friends of yours. You end up giving away a lot. So I haven't given them yet, so maybe. Let's get a little bit of gray in his hair, not too much. It's very light. Up here I'm going to have to change a little. And of course I can't erase all of the flowers. Let me take this out. Okay, this is such, like, is there anything, I think I could, maybe I could do, because that just pushes down. Maybe I can put like a little extra something in there to keep it up. You know, like people who design this stuff, I love designers, but there's always like oh, maybe I can do that, pinch that like that, yeah. There we go. That's all you need to do. If you have a black wing, just pinch it a little bit so that it doesn't go down, because there's so much eraser that is not used in the black wing. All right. Also, I'm gonna get, I cracked open a new 14B yesterday. Fun to think of Gardener King. I've enjoyed his watercolors. I know he is quite the creative. Like, he's a watercolor artist and he is an avid gardener. I wouldn't mind visiting Highgrove. Louise, or anyone in the UK, have you visited Highgrove Gardens? I'm not sure. Is it a public? I think it's a public gardens that you can go to. Louise has just Googled it. It's not open to the public. Well, that's a cop-out. If he has gardened, shouldn't he have it seen by the public? How do we know there is a garden there? Just photos? I guess I could just use the 14B for his hair as well. Melissa says, I was away from the screen for a few minutes listening and he's looking great. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. He's slowly coming together. I know it's 8:05. If you guys need to go, please do. Thank you for joining. And don't forget that there's lots going on this afternoon. I have in my stories on Instagram, I have put links to things like Melissa's art hang, to Dylan's. Like the link should go directly to their events or their drawing sessions that they're going to be doing. So it just takes away the hassle of you trying to find where it is. So if you do that in my stories in Instagram, so click on my profile picture and you can get to it there. So I can't put too much black on him because he's like, there's a lot of color on his face. I think it's enough that I just use some of these darker shades of neon colors. Oh, can't wait to see what you do with the tie. Thank you. Yeah, I'll get to the tie. If you're still around, you'll see it. But yeah, if you have to go, don't worry. Oh, Louise says, oh, update. The gardens are sometimes open. I wonder if they open them when everything is blooming, Louise. So it's almost like a show, right? Whereas like during the year or, you know, planting season and stuff like that, there's maybe not as much to see, but it's just when it's actually in bloom. I did think it a little strange that he would, because he's a huge advocate also for like the National Trust gardens too. Sorry, not super chatty today. I don't know if it's, I'm a little bit, maybe I'm just concerned that I'm not going to get it right. And then there's a portrait of King Charles out there that's like a disaster. So maybe that's why. I don't know. Some days, I guess, are quieter than others. There's a double shadow. That's probably the lighting that is on him. And I see I don't love the pencil marks here, so I'm going to take those away because I think it's too much. Okay, I'm going to work on his tie. Let's try and do something with that. It may not even mean anything, but it probably has some royal meaning, this tie. And some gold for that medal that he's got on. I'm gonna inject a little bit of the Neocolors on here as well. And then take my 14B and put some shadow on it. He looks great. Louise says thank you. And Joanne says, I love what you do with the lines. Can't wait to see what you do with the tie, Susan said. And hello from the Netherlands. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you? Melissa says, not super chatty and you're a lot further ahead in your portrait. Oh, yeah, that's... yeah, I mean, that could be it as well. Chatting probably slows me down. Melissa and I think Melly is still here. Now that he is king, do we still have Victoria Day? We do still have Victoria Day long weekend, don't we? I guess it was that was that for Queen Victoria, not Queen Elizabeth? Victoria? Yeah, I guess it would be Victoria Day. Obviously, having a bit of a moment there. So I guess that doesn't change. I answered my own question. All right. A little bit of gray in here just to distinguish the petals. Before I go on with shadow, because I haven't even done the shadow yet of, you know, his whole jacket and outfit. And to darken under here. And this whole side is going to be dark. See where there's the shadow here? I'm going to darken this area here. Oh, a bit of a scratchy 14B there. That was odd, felt strange. a little bit of a shadow here on the top of the collar as well. I don't think I got his ears as I should have. I can try and correct that though. I think because the background isn't a lot darker than the side of his head, I think it would have been good to have like a really dark background, because he has white hair and I didn't think about that when I was doing it. So yeah, something to think about next time. I'm not going to change it now. All right, my friends, I think I am pretty much done with this portrait. You know, I could keep going. I'll do a little bit of shadow on here. I hope you all have a nice day. I'm going to go for a lovely long walk now. And I will see you at the opera. Some of you, and some of you I will see at 1 p.m. for my class. And don't forget that Dylan has Ian Goldsmith on at 2 p.m. if you want to go and see that. And if you remember with Sam, then she has her thing as well. It's just a busy Thursday. Everybody's doing something. Yeah, I think I should probably make it a little bit darker under here maybe. Don't want a solid line. There we go. This bit is like, I've just neglected this side of his hair. You know, this, I could probably keep going for another 3 hours maybe. But I want to keep it quite fresh, so. All right. Oh, I should probably put King Charles. My signature. Mayflowers. Thanks for joining me, everybody. I hope you have a really lovely day. Don't forget to bring your opera pink to the opera. Oh, yes, don't forget. Nadia says, I saw William and King Charles lay wreaths. Oh, for Diana. Elizabeth says, do like us in the Netherlands, we have King's Day. Yes, I know. My friend, my neighbor, her son was just in the Netherlands because they're half Dutch, and he was there for King's Day just like what, 2 weeks ago. Yeah. I mean, we have Victoria Day, so a lot of people celebrate that weekend. Thank you, Joanne. Have a really lovely day, everybody, and I will see you tomorrow in Zoom. If you're part of our Zoom, if you want to be part of our community, head over to Substack. The link is in my bio. Oh, actually, the link is in this message. I have got all my links in there. So yeah, head over and you can join us on Friday and Monday mornings in Zoom sessions where we get to chat and see each other and talk about everything. And be part of the group discussion when it comes to what we're doing every month. So thank you so much, Natty. Natty says, have a safe and creative art day, Blue Shine Art community. Take care, everyone. Thank you. Bye.